everybody. It's time for the answers for our last mission. It was a dictation mission. How did you do? It was short, 7 words, right? 7 words. Caused lots of problems. The situation, a woman asks a man if it is possible that her husband is seeing another woman. That's not good. That's bad, right? That's not, if you're married, you should not be seeing, dating, having a relationship with another person, right? Men and women both. So anyway, we have to dictate what the guy said. You have to dictate the man's response, what he said, 7 words. And I asked you, what does his response mean? Okay, so many of you did okay on the dictation. Some of you got it right, but not many of you explained what his response meant. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do the dictation here. Let me get this up. I'll bring the video, and I hope the audio levels are good. Let's go ahead and listen.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
Okay. 7 words, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. What? Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
Should I slow it down? No, I'm not going to slow it down. This is real life. In real life, they don't slow it down. The words are simple. 2 more times.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. The answers. Let's go to the answers. Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Okay, so let's talk about this. Well, all right. We don't say well. We say, well, and we got linking right here. So this L actually comes over here. Well, I wouldn't. Now, what's interesting here is this word, the daily pronunciation, is going to be the same as wouldn't. The same pronunciation. And there's a rule, there's a reason. In American English, the N is a strong sound, and it can cancel the T. So the N, let me go back over here, is a bold, strong sound. And the T is a weak sound, which means we can cancel the T. So wouldn't is perfect, but the N is a strong sound if it cancels the T, and it usually does. Wouldn't. And believe it or not, the N is so strong, it can also cancel the D. The D, T, TH, those are weak sounds in American English. And it's possible to cancel the D. So wouldn't is perfect. Wouldn't is very common. And wouldn't is also quite common. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't do it. 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 All 3 are perfect. Now, as an ESL student, when you're speaking, absolutely you should always be thinking in your head, wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. Or even actually a stop T would be better. Instead of wouldn't, we can say wouldn't, but we just stop the T, right? I wouldn't, but we don't finish. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. All right, that's a stop T. Stop T is actually what I would want ESL students to do. Stop sounds are not easy. It takes lots of practice. We do a lot of practice in PIRF. Anyway, well, I wouldn't put, so wouldn't, just like wouldn't put any. Now here we have a flap T. And in America, the flap T is really close to a D, but it's got to be super fast. So it's not put any. That's wrong. That's a D. No, it's put any. It's like little. And I'll give you my example of flap T and how it's similar to D. If we say latter, Americans say ladder, which is essentially, it's actually not exactly the same, but it's so similar, don't worry about it. They sound the same. Ladder. Put any. Put anything. Keep the TH. Put anything past anybody. Now, in this case, the S is also a strong sound. It could cancel the T. However, we've got some linking. Past anybody. Past any. Past any. Yeah, it is a T, but again, it's not a past tenny. We don't say tenny. Past any. Past any. It's not a D. It's not the perfect T. It's kind of in the middle. It's actually kind of similar to the flap T. Kind of. It's not a flap, though. Past anybody. Past anybody. Past anybody. Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Put anything past anybody. Put anything past anybody. Let's listen a couple more times.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
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 Well, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. There you go. Can you hear it? It still is probably difficult to say, and that's, English. That's why DDM is great. It forces you to practice these simple words. Look at the words. The words are so simple, right? The words are so simple, but we need to practice how Americans say them. Okay, it's very important. So in DDM, we say, for most people, if you can say it like an American, then you can hear it. Okay, so part 2. What does this mean? I wouldn't put anything past anybody. What does that mean? It means anybody, is capable, is able to do anything. Okay? That's basically what it means. Anyone is capable of anything. But we usually use this to mean something bad. Okay? So anyone, any human is capable of doing bad things. Right? Any person is capable of doing evil. And it's true, right? Only God, I guess, doesn't do evil. Yeah, that's what they say. Yep. But humans, do you know any humans that are guilt-free? Some of them are really good. I know a lot of really good humans. But anyone is capable of doing anything in a certain situation. In a certain situation, you never know, right? There are those situations. And so once again, this is a great expression. I'll give you an example. I have a cat. 2 cats, but I'm thinking about Minty. And when you see Minty, she's so, to me, she's so affectionate. She's so nice. She's so sweet. But Minty hates my wife. And normally, when we got married, I had Minty. When we got married, and I didn't know that Minty, my cat, hated my wife. So my wife said, what was the situation? Somebody ripped one of her books. Yeah, it was a book. And somebody had ripped the book. Okay, it was a magazine or something. I don't know. And she said, "Did you rip my book?" Of course I didn't rip your book. Why would I do that? I think it was Minty. And when I heard Minty's a cat. How can a cat rip a book? And I said, "Are you crazy? Minty's so sweet. She would never do anything. She would never do anything bad." And my wife said, "I wouldn't put anything past her. I wouldn't put anything past Minty." Meaning, you may think Minty is so nice, but I wouldn't put anything past Minty. I believe that even Minty is capable of doing evil, is capable of doing something bad. That's how we use the expression. So it's a great expression. It is real daily English, and that's what you learn in DDM. Now, again, this was from DDM 736. And right now, today, we're actually studying DDM 740, okay? If you're in LME 365, I'm not sure which DDM. They're studying a DDM today. It's DDM 380, something like that, a good one. The next LME 365 assignment is a PIRF assignment. Anyway, so this is great stuff. You really need to join my classes. Obviously, DDM and PIRF are the best. And if you're a DDM member, or if you're a PIRF member, or if you're both, you get a free membership to LME 365. That's incredible. Okay. But right now we do. And if you're watching this in July of 2021, we do have our extended sale for LME 365. Fantastic. New lesson every 3 days. And I think it's $25 a month. That's crazy. And we have so many live classes too. I'll show you the live class schedule because people always say, "Oh, but I can't do it. I live someplace." I don't know. Schedule for July, Excel file. Yeah, this is it. So let me open this up. This is so we're looking at yellow. Okay, I don't know what you guys can see. There you go. So yellow is LME 365. And we've got Sunday. Then these times are Los Angeles. Okay. So I'm in New York, right? New York time zone. So New York, it would be 6 a.m. And New York, 12 hours ahead is China. So 6 a.m., that would be 6 p.m. in China. And like 7 hours to Moscow. So 3 a.m. would be like 10 a.m. or maybe 1. I think it's 1 p.m. 1 p.m. in Moscow. So that's a pretty good time. It is a Sunday, but if you're serious about English, you should do that. So anyway, we got 3 a.m. LA, 9 a.m. LA, 11 right before lunch LA, and then we got on Friday we have 4 p.m. LA, and then more at 9 a.m. LA. And then a double class at noon and 1 p.m. LA, and then another one at 5 p.m. LA. And we're trying to add a couple more for LME 365. And by the way, everybody can join my AMA classes and Coach Paul too. We have AMA classes, and that's Saturday at 8 a.m. Is that right? I got to double check that schedule. No. That's 9 a.m. for me. 6 a.m. LA and 9 p.m. So this one is good for the Americas and Asia, and this one is good for Europe, the Americas and Europe. It's a little bit early for LA, but it's good for the Americas and Europe and actually Asia too. So that AMA class is open to every member. So yeah, you should really join LME 365. Again, it's like $25 a month, which is just insanely inexpensive. That is really low. That's a really excellent price, and I can't find a Windows page for the life of me. And then we have you can get it for quarterly. I don't have any Windows pages. We can get it for quarterly, and you can get it for yearly too. Huge discounts, amazing. So join us, LME. I'll just give you the website right here, www.letsmasterenglish.com. And there's a sale button. If you're watching in July, there's a sale button. And then on the top, you choose LME 365, and you can sign up, do it. That sale will end, but now's a great chance. Thank you very much, guys. Have a fantastic day. Good luck on the next challenge.